Welcome to Sports Talk with DeAndre Branch. On today's show, I'll be discussing how my alma mater, IC Norcom High School in Portsmouth, Virginia, has formed the basketball dynasty. Prior to Coach Goosby coming to Norcom, Norcom went through several basketball coaches. Norcom always had talented teams, even some that was more talented than the teams that actually won state championships. But the teams was very undisciplined, and they took themselves out of games in key moments. They would take crazy shots. They would try to do dunks you would see on Harlem Globetrotters or with the street ball players. It was just a recipe for disaster. But they always got away with these things because they did them during regular season. They could do against those regular season teams because most of the time they wasn't that good. But once it got to regional play or to the state playoffs, you can't do that type of stuff during games. Or the team's just going to blow you out the water. Or they're just going to take over from your mistakes. And that's usually what took place. The teams they would lose to in the regionals wasn't necessarily better than them, but they could match them in talent, and they was better coached, and they paid more attention to detail, which made them more disciplined than Norcom was. Coach Goosby coming to Norcom was the best thing that ever happened to Norcom. Goosby came to Norcom during the 2006-2007 season. Goosby came from Woodside, where he was the assistant coach under John Richardson, and he won 2 state championships with star Stephon Welch. Goosby is a very demanding coach, but he's able to get the best out of his players. His teams are always known to have a great balanced attack with offense and defense. His teams are always ready for the playoffs because he plays a tough non-conference schedule. Since Goosby has been the coach at Norcom, the team has won several district regular season titles and several district tournament titles. Nearly every season, the team has went deep into the regional tournament and the state tournament. Every time Goosby has gotten Norcom into the state tournament, they have won the state championship, and they have won the past 6 out of the last 8 state championships in basketball. In Goosby's tenure at Norcom, he's won over 200 games, and he's become one of the greatest coaches in Virginia High School League history. He sent so many players into college, whether it was D1, D2, or D3, or JUCO. And that's a great accomplishment in itself. Yeah, winning the championship is nice for the school, the city, and for the legacy, but getting players into college and molding boys into young men is the greatest accomplishment a coach can have. At the time, it was only 3 divisions in high school. Norcom was in the highest division, which was Group 3A. This team was led by juniors Dorian Finney-Smith, DeCarlos Anderson, and Jeremy Canty. They started off the season beating the previous state champion Kings Fort. In the state championship game, they played Petersburg, who was undefeated and was ranked #1 in the state for the whole season. Petersburg had former Kansas Jayhawk point guard Frank Mason, who now plays for the Sacramento Kings. Frank Mason was only a sophomore at the time. Petersburg led Norcom 48-38 with 6 minutes to go in the game. But Jeremy Candy scored 7 straight points to get within 1 point of the Crimson Wave. Senior forward Shelton Haskins' put-back layup with 1 second to go in the game gave Norcom a 55-54 state championship win over Petersburg. And winning their first state title, Norcom stopped Petersburg from having their first undefeated season since NBA legend Moses Malone led Petersburg to 2 straight state titles in 1973 and 1974. Dorian Finney-Smith led the Greyhounds with 17 points and 16 rebounds to go with 5 blocks. And the Greyhounds finished the season off 25-4.
He earned it, Chris. You saw him go down hard, but he'll hit to the free throw line.
Quentin Spain aptly named as he's about the size of the country right there. 34-28 the score. Here in the second half, Petersburg up by 6, but again, James D is keeping the Greyhounds in it with 3-pointers, this time from the corner. A 3-point advantage now for the Crimson Wave. Petersburg, once again, an easy dunk for Maywell. Another dunk for Devon Maywell. As you see, once again, a nice pass leading for the easy dam. In the corner now, Finney-Smith working on offense, goes hard to the basket, draws the contact and scores, and he's fired up, the junior, with another sparkling performance. 43-36 to score. The Greyhounds on the fast break, trying to get the last second layup to go before the quarter ends, Unfortunately, it would not fall. Hopefully that does not spell doom for the Greyhounds in the fourth quarter.
Trailing by double digits now. Norcom driving down the lane. Layup will fall here, and the Greyhounds once again should take another look. Great pass here, getting it to the Carlos. The Carlos going through the lane, running into Spain, but still gets the layup to fall.
Carlos Anderson, the emotional leader of this Greyhounds team, trying to spark the effort, this time with the extra pass to Jeremy Canty, open in the corner for three. It's only a 5-point lead for Petersburg now.
It's a 5-0 run here, cutting the lead to just 5, as you said. Petersburg now trying to stop this fast break by Norcom, but Norcom able to get the put back to fall.
Final seconds, Carlos Anderson with the miss, but it's Shelton Haskins, the unheralded senior, 7 points all season, gets the basket to go with 0.5 of a second remaining, and the Greyhounds on the verge of a monumental upset. They would be victorious with a 1-point edge over Petersburg, 55-54. Dorian Finney-Smith with 17 points to lead the Greyhounds. Devon Maxwell with 21 points for the Crimson Wave.
This team is possibly the best team to ever come out of Norcom. Nearly every game they played this season was sold out. This team was led by seniors Dorian Finney-Smith, Jeremy Canty, and Carlos Anderson, and junior transfer Devin Patterson. This team was nationally ranked all season, and they beat a bunch of teams that was also ranked in the nation. They beat Findlay Prep, who was ranked number 4 at the time by ESPN. They beat DeMatha. They beat Norfolk Christian, and they beat John Wall's former high school, Word of God Christian. Findlay Prep had Mick Kabongo, who played at Texas, Nick Johnson, who played at Arizona, Nigel Williams-Goss, that played at Gonzaga, and former NBA #1 draft pick, Anthony Bennett. Norfolk Christian had former UNC star James Michael McAdoo, who now plays for the Philadelphia 76ers. DeMatha had B.J. Anya, that played at NC State, and Jeremy Grant, that plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder and went to Syracuse. Norcom was ranked #1 in the state for the whole season. This team really loved third quarters. They scored their most points in just about every game in the third quarter. It didn't matter how many points this team was down by. They always found a way to come back and win the game. To clinch a spot in the state tournament, Norcom had to get through #2 in the state, Kellum, who was led by former ODU star Trey Freeman. The Greyhounds found a way to win that game and won 54-53. In the state championship, Norcom beat LC Bird 54-45, making them the first repeat state champion since 2004 and 2005, which was Woodside. Dorian Finney-Smith had a game-high 19 points to go with 17 rebounds. Finney-Smith was ranked as the number 18 player in the ESPN Top 100. The Greyhounds finished the season off 30-1, with their only loss coming to their rivals, Booker T. A few national polls had Norcom in the top 5 to close out the year. This is the first year that divisions got changed. The Virginia High School League changed from 3 divisions into 6 divisions. Norcom got placed into the Group 4A division. This team was led by seniors Troy Locke and Antonio Parker, sophomore Travis Fields, and freshman Travis Ingram. They played a tough team in John Hanley in the state championship. Norcom played terrible for pretty much the whole game until the 4th quarter. The Greyhounds trailed John Hanley 42-26 with 7 minutes left to go in the game. They looked to be done, but they used a 21-0 run and scored 33 points in the 4th quarter to come back and win 59-52 to win their 3rd state championship. This was their 3rd state championship in the last 5 years. Norcom used a high-intensity defense to get back in the game. And also on offense, their key player was six-man Craig Ingram, who scored 10 points in that game. Norcom finished off the season 23-5.